At least at this point, I don't see anything at the moment that would indicate a tornado is on the ground, but there certainly is that potential that one could develop from a storm that looks like this. So certainly if you're listening to us right now, watching us, if you're about to hit the road on Highway 69 between Moundville and Greensboro, hold up for a few minutes. Let this thing get past you. Certainly don't want anybody driving on Highway 60 either. Between the split and Havana down to Wedgeworth, just hold off and let this thing get past you. Let's let folks know what's going on outside of those storms. A heavier storm pushing into western Shelby County, so places like Glen Carbon, Colmont seeing a fairly heavy downpour there. That blue box you see is for a flood advisory for Jefferson County. And we do also have a stronger storm that's moving through Ragland, Ohatchee, Rainbow City, and Lincoln at the moment. But the reason we are here is this storm that's now crossing Highway 69 has crossed Highway 69, or just about has, between Harper Hill and Havana. And there is still some spin there. So that rotation has maintained itself here with the new scan. You can see that red next to the green. Again, an indication that storm is spinning right there between Havana and Harper Hill along Highway 69. So a storm that we want you to take seriously. Make sure you get in your safe place, lowest floor of your home, away from doors and windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And we don't want you in a car, and we don't want you in a mobile home. You want to be in a site-built structure when a storm like this is moving through. The shear rate product still highlighting that same spot that the velocity product is showing. Again, some spin there between Havana and Harper Hill on Highway 69. Still no indication of any debris, and that's good news. We want to keep that trend going, but certainly a storm that is still spinning at this point. Have not heard any updates from the Weather Service here in the past few minutes, so they're continuing to monitor this very closely. We'll put another track on that spinning part of the storm for you, the part of the storm that is dangerous, and this is going to be moving into Phipps in just about 10 minutes. Phipps, you need to be ready and in your safe place in the next 5 minutes. But again, that rotating part of the storm near Havana and Harper Hill, you see some other towns there popping up. Hagler pops up. Pondville pops up. We're talking about Bibb and Tuscaloosa counties at this point. You're not under the warning, but just keep an eye on this storm as it continues to track north and east. We'll see if an extension of this warning is necessary. The hope is this thing will weaken and we'll be able to let this warning go at 10:30 or earlier. But at least for now, we've still got that area of spin between Havana and Harper Hill near Highway 69. This is going to continue to lift north and east. Ingram, you need to be in your safe place. Hogglesville, as a course of least regret, I would be in my safe place. I will say I think the worst of this storm stays north of you, but it's a close call there. But certainly for the community of Phipps, we want you in your safe place as this storm continues to lift off to the north and east at a pretty good clip at about 40 miles an hour. You can see that rotating part of the storm right here. And again, that's the area of concern, that spin between Havana and Harper Hill. The good news is we have not seen any indication that this thing's on the ground right now. No debris being shown to be lofted. So that is a good thing. The Weather Service continues to note it looks like this storm has weakened a little bit, but they're going to continue this warning. Again, it's cycled once before, so they want to continue to keep an eye on this storm as it pushes further north and east. Just because it does have that history of kind of spinning up and down a little bit, but the new velocity scan, certainly not impressive compared to what it was even just a scan ago. Certainly looks less impressive. That's good news, but that tornado warning still in place for Hale County. This goes until 10:30. Now, warning sirens may be going off any number of places. Let's zoom out a little bit for you in Hale County and talk about who's in and who's out. Moundville, Greensboro, this does not impact you directly. Certainly, if you're looking to commute between Moundville and Greensboro, you want to hold up right now until this storm gets east of Highway 69. If you're watching us in Akron, you're no longer under the gun for this. Wedgeworth, you're done. This is going to be between Moundville, Greensboro, and now pushing into the northeast end of the county for places like Hogglesville and Phipps. That's the area of concern right now. There is still some weak rotation showing up east of Highway 69, east of Havana. There's your new warning update. So they're now clearing out a lot of those spots we said were already in the all clear. And Hogglesville, you're cleared out of the warning, so you are done. For Phipps, you are the next town in line, so you want to be in a safe place. Ingram and Phipps, the northeast corner of Hale County. So we're talking about County Road 29, Hoggle Road, County Road 708, China Grove Road. If you live near these spots, you want to be in a safe place. County Road 49. This is going to be going, I think, through part of the National Forest out there. So just go ahead and get in that safe place as a course of least regret, just to make sure this thing doesn't spin back up, because certainly it has done that once or twice. The hope is that as this storm lifts further north and east, particularly north, it gets out of the unstable air, and by then it kind of loses its punch. But certainly still some indication of at least some weak rotation here east of Havana approaching Ingram. This is going to be crossing into Phipps fairly soon. So if you're watching us in Phipps or Ingram, we want you in your safe place. These are some smaller towns, but we still care about you folks out here. So take this thing seriously. Get in your safe place. Just got that new radar scan in. Going to step off and sort of analyze the new data as it comes in here. The good news is it does not look impressive as far as what this storm looked like a few minutes ago. The rotation is really broad. It's hard to find at this point. There's still maybe a little something out here, but it is weak. That is fantastic news. So hopefully this thing's kind of falling apart on us at this point. That's the hope. That's what we're sort of hoping for at this point. As it lifts further north, it's out of the unstable air. I do want to point out that while we don't have a warning on this, I do want to take just a moment to talk to our folks over in Ohatchee, St. Clair County, Anniston, especially over towards the depot. This is a pretty nasty looking thunderstorm here. Probably some stronger wind gusts in here, 30, 40, maybe even 45 miles an hour, pushing east of Highway 77 and approaching Highway 4031. So if you're watching us from Anniston to the Anniston Army Depot, Ohatchee, back up towards Glencoe, certainly some nasty weather heading your way, some nastier weather headed towards Trussville, back into Pelham, Helena, Alabaster. That not severe, but certainly impactful this morning. But the reason we're here is this tornado warning. This is for Hale County. This is set to expire at 10:30. I am cautiously optimistic if trends continue, we will be able to lose this before 10:30. That's the hope. The Weather Service kind of tends to think that's going to be the case, too, it looks like, based on some of the latest discussion they are throwing out right now on the Weather Service chat. This just does not look tornadic like it did before. But certainly still, we want folks to take this seriously. Ingram and Phipps are the spots that we want in a safe place. That area of rotation is going to be near China Grove Road, Greenleaf Road, Hoggle Road, Clary Hill Road, and County Road 708, County Road 50, and County Road 49 in northeastern Hale County. Again, if you're watching us in Moundville, if you're watching us in Greensboro, Akron, this does not include you at this point. You are no longer under any threat for severe weather. The area of concern is moving through the far northeastern corner of Hale County. And if you're watching us in Havana and Harper Hill, your threat is done now too. You've got the all clear. This is going to be for Ingram and Phipps. And again, this is going to be the far northeastern corner of Hale County at this point. So we're continuing to track this storm. We'll put another track on this. And again, I want to stress that we'll go ahead and circle the area where we have seen some spin. I want to stress that some towns are going to pop up here that are not under a tornado warning, but we'll have to watch this storm as it lifts into Bibb County. So Phipps, and you need to be in a safe place now. you just didn't quite get clipped by that track. But you need to be in a safe place now. You've got about maybe 3 minutes. Hagler, that's the far southeastern corner of Tuscaloosa County. 1013. This would be near Ealine by about 1020. Again, I don't expect a warning for those spots, but this is a storm that obviously has a history of spinning and producing gusty winds at a minimum. So just keep in mind this storm's headed that way. You're not going to get a warning, I don't think, based on how this storm is behaving here over the past few minutes. But certainly still, just make sure you're staying aware of how things are developing here over the next hour or so as that storm continues to lift north and east towards you. We'll put the map in motion for you, put the radar in motion. You can see that northeastward movement. It is moving at about 40 miles an hour. So we'll put a track on this and sort of show you the time of arrival for some places. This particular cell would be moving towards Calera sometime by maybe 11 o'clock. Again, that's a long ways out, and by that point, I do not expect this storm to be producing any kind of weather like we're seeing there in Hale County at the moment. We'll zoom in here and stop the loop, look at the velocity product again. It is really hard to make out any rotation here. There's not much left, and that is good news. Again, we do not expect this warning to extend past 10:30, which is its current expiration time. And again, the community of Phipps is where we're most concerned about right now. China Grove Road, Clary Hill Road, County Road 708, County Road 704, County Road 50, and County Road 49. Those are going to be the spots that this area of rotation is going to cross over. Again, we do not have a confirmed tornado here, but we do have some spin in this storm and no debris either. Again, a good indication that hopefully we're going to get through this without any confirmed tornado, but certainly right now it is still the potential is there at least for a tornado to develop, and that's why that warning is still in place. So we're going to continue to track this here over the next few minutes, but as of right now, that warning is still in place. We'll see when the Weather Service decides to let this go. Again, the indications at this point are that this thing's starting to fizzle out. There's just not any good indication of a strong rotation at this point. And outside of this storm, we're talking about just some rain. And so what the Weather Service has just told us is they are in the process of canceling this tornado warning. They're going to let this go. We do still have some heavier storms pushing through Inverness, Chelsea, Pelham, Alabaster. Certainly nasty weather for sure, back towards Ohatchee, Alexandria. That'll be approaching Anniston, Sax, Weaver. But none of that's severe, and the tornado warning we do have in place for Hale County is in the process of being canceled. So that's some good news. We just don't have that spin that we once had to support that tornado warning. This thing's really been on a weakening trend. So if you're watching us in Havana, Phipps, Ingram, Hogglesville, threat is now over. That tornado warning has been canceled. That's fantastic news. Now, look, it's going to be an active day through the rest of the day. Lots of showers and storms on the radar. Most of these are going to stay below severe limits as we head through the rest of the day. But certainly still that potential that we could see an isolated strong or maybe even severe storm. The Storm Prediction Center does have an outlook in place for today. We'll show that to you. This is the new outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, that marginal risk remaining in place until 7 p.m., mainly for areas to our south, but it does include parts of Hale County, Chilton County, Greene County, Coosa County, and Clay County. So we'll continue to watch storms to the far southern end of our area as we head through the rest of today, because we do still have those just enough unstable air in place to perhaps support a brief severe storm like we just saw. So we're going to continue to track these showers and storms for you through the rest of the day. We're not going anywhere, but we're going to continue to keep an eye on things here and keep you up to date. We'll break back in if we need to, if any more warnings are issued. But for now, let's send it back over to the anchor desk.
All right, thank you very much, Alex. So Alex and our team have been watching this for about 30 minutes. It was just after 9:30 that the National Weather Service office in Birmingham issued this tornado warning in Hale County, watching that thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado about 11 miles northwest of Greensboro, and they've just been watching it. It would weaken a little bit and then look like it would tighten up, so they were keeping an eye on that thing until they just canceled it not too long ago.
Yeah, about 9:56 when they canceled it. Thought it was going to go till 10:30, so it's a bit of good news there. And that area of Hale County really has been hit hard in the last couple of years by storms. Also in the area, some really heavy rainfall, so a tricky day weather-wise. Be sure and stay alert. Our storm team, Alex and the team, they're going to be all over it all day long, just keeping you up to date because something like what we just experienced can pop up at any time.
Right.
Weather in Alabama.
Yeah, it is. December tornadoes, not that rare if that was indeed an actual tornado. All right, we appreciate you joining us this morning. We now get you back to The Price is Right.
This has been a severe weather alert from the CBS 42 Storm Team.